Oh, hey there. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you know any firemen that instead of putting fires out, they come to start it? Well, that's exactly the kind of fireman you'll meet in Fahrenheit 451, a world where books are banned and burning knowledge is part of the job. It sounds ridiculous, maybe even funny at first, until you realize how close that world is to our own. Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad and Akmal bin Jamal Ishak and I'm from Tapa Science School. My school code is AEA0043. I'm a basketball player and off the court I spend most of my time reading books. Well, books have always helped me see things from different points of view. They've introduced me to new ideas, new feelings, and sometimes even new versions of myself. And Fahrenheit 451 did all of that in just 156 pages. It's an intriguing novel written by Ray Bradbury, a name you'll hear a lot if you're into the dystopian genre. It was first published by Ballantine Books, and even though it was written in the 50s, the message in it is still loud and clear today. Bradbury had a wild imagination, but he was also ahead of his time. He didn't just write about the future, he warned us about it. He once said, "You don't need to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop them." That quote hits hard because the more you think about it, the more you realize how true it is. If people stop thinking, if people stop questioning, what happens to us? In Fahrenheit 451, books are banned, not just hidden, banned. And firemen, they don't come to rescue your house. They come to burn it down if they find books inside. The main character is Guy Montag, a fireman who's done this job for years? Yeah, he's been burning books for years and he doesn't even question it until one day everything changes. He meets this one thoughtful girl named Clarice and she isn't like anyone else. One day they were both having a very long conversation until at some point in the conversation she asked him a very strange question. And that question is, are you happy? That one so simple but so powerful question jolts him awake. From that moment on, he begins to see the world for what it really is. Controlled, empty, numb. A place where people don't talk to each other anymore. A place where they don't feel anything real. Montag then starts reading books in secret. At first, he didn't understand them. But he feels something when he reads them. Passion, anger, fear, and curiosity. Soon, he's not just reading books. He's running from the very system that trained him. Well, you heard that right, guys. He becomes a criminal by keeping books safe. And because of that, he's hunted by machines and people he once called teammates. But that's not the only thing he becomes. He becomes awake. Reading this book made me think about our own world today. I mean, yeah, we may not be burning books like they do in the story, but let's be honest. How many people still read? Not scroll, not swipe, not double tap. I mean read. Slow, deep reading that makes you think. We live in a time of fast content, short attention span, and noises are everywhere. And Fahrenheit 451 reminded me why books matter. They help us connect, not just to information, but to ourselves, to each other. They help us feel, they help us grow. And the lessons? Knowledge is power. If you stop learning, if you stop thinking, you become easy to control. And once that happens, you don't even realize what you've lost because you're too distracted to even notice. If I had one complaint about this book, it would be this. I wish there was more of Clarice. I mean, she was the one who lit the spark inside Montag, but after a few scenes, she just disappears from the story. I wanted to know more about her. I wanted her voice to stay longer. Her role was so important. I think Bradbury could have given her more time in the spotlight. But still, the book as a whole, powerful. And I'm telling you, this book isn't just for readers. Even if you don't read a lot, even if you think the dystopian genre isn't your thing, well, this is worth your time. It's not just about books, it's about waking up. It's about looking at the world with open eyes and ask, is this how things should really be? So yeah, I definitely recommend this book, especially to people my age, because we're growing up in a time where it's so easy to stop thinking, to follow the crowd, and to forget the power of our minds. I hope more people read this book and walk away from it like I did, a little more curious, a little more aware, and a lot more grateful for the freedom to read and think. Fahrenheit 451 isn't just a story, it's a warning. And sometimes, to see things clearly, like the author says, we need a little fire. Goodbye, and don't stop reading.